Hi, everybody. I'm going to move this down for us, and I can tilt it back up. Just super excited about tonight. Who saw Calum on Fox 2 yesterday morning down there? Wasn't he awesome? So there was one of those things, we get down to the station, everybody's kind of busy and they're doing their thing, and then all of a sudden he plugs in his guitar and starts playing, and everybody just stops what they're doing and all. And so it was just a great experience, and really from that helped sell out the show pretty quickly, so it was great. So you guys are part of that tonight. It's going to be a fantastic night. So I wanted to introduce my friend Ron, and get a little bit emotional here, just because this guy came over last summer when this was a mess. It was just a dirt floor, and there were still holes in the roof, and he booked one of our first groups with us. And just from looking at the blueprint and walking through it with me, and it was really probably not the best idea. We got our certificate of occupancy 2 hours before this guy got here. And he was kind of a big deal too. So, but Ron trusted us to do that, and then since then he's been bringing a ton of great artists to us tonight, and including tonight. So, why don't you introduce tonight's artist?
Okay. Good evening. I'm with the Michigan Fingerstyle Guitar Society. We're a nonprofit. We're online at fingerstyle.org. Now they got the plug done. And JB Davies is over there, and he's the founder of the group. Started in 2001, and we help artists get venues to perform in, and we're just amazed that this place came up like it did, and the artists love it. It's a great listening room. And so Calum, he first sort of got recognized when he was 17. He went to the Canadian International Guitar Festival, and they have competition, and so you're in front of an audience, a large space, and the judges are off in a trailer. They don't even see the stage. You come on stage, you don't talk, you don't introduce yourself, you just start playing. And so then you're judged just on the music, not on his looks. But,
Which, by the way, we're down at Fox 2, and I saw two gals try to give us their information, and I was like,
that's
awesome.
But anyways, so he won the competition, and then since then, in 2014, Acoustic Guitar Magazine, which is kind of like the Bible of acoustic music, listed him as a top 30 acoustic guitarist under the age of 30 in the world. And Calum has just blossomed off of that, and he's a great guy. These guys come through town, and fortunately they were able to stay with some of us instead of paying for hotels, and this is a great venue. Anyways, you want to talk about the sets?
Yeah, so 2 sets tonight. We're going to start with a 20-minute set, then we'll do a little bit of an intermission, then come back for the final set. So, so without further ado, Mr. Calum Graham.
everybody. My name is Calum and I'm here from Canada. And that was a song by Frank Sinatra. Classic, you may all recognize, obviously. Heard some people sing along. How are you guys doing tonight? Yeah, thank you for joining us in this amazing venue. What a cool place. This is like the coolest venue ever. So actually that was called Indivisible, and that was from an album that I did with one of my guitar heroes. His name's Don Ross, and we did an album together a few years back, and I'm going to play another song from that album. This one's called Three-Way Street. you very much. Well, you guys want to hear some singing? Or I should say, ladies, you want to hear some singing? The guys came to see the guitar, right? And the girls are like, what's he going to say? It's about that time. This here, anyone seen one of these before? So this is it's my anti-aircraft carrier ukulele guitar. Anti-ukulele aircraft carrier guitar. And semi-automatic version. And, no, it's called a harp guitar. There's only a couple of hundred of them made in the world, actually. And I first heard this instrument played by Annie McKee and Michael Hedges. And so I'm pretty new at it, but I'll try and hit most of the notes for you guys. This is a song that I wrote for my sister and put on my last album called Lighthouse.
Watching the tears roll down your face. I wish that there was something I could say to stop the rain from falling, to help you back upon your feet again. When the night is falling like a curtain, and when the truth knocks you off your feet, when you're drifting away on a sea of your emotions, you can find some comfort in me. When the rain falls from the skies and the sun refuses to shine, shines through the night to guide you home. And when the pain is more than you can handle, and when peace of mind seems so far away, just can't seem to shake away the sadness, just remember to call on my name. Hey, when the rain falls from the skies and the sun refuses to shine, I will be the lighthouse in your. I'll be the light that shines through the night to guide you home. You home. when the sun refuses to shine. I will be the lighthouse in your storm. I'll be the light that shines through the night. Shines through the night. I'll be the light that shines to guide you home. Thank you so much. All right, so this is just going to be a short set. I'm going to take a little break, be back with some music. And so during the break, I believe in the cafe, I've got a bunch of my CDs, and I brought these new little USB sticks, which you can check out. One of them has all of my music, 4 albums and an EP. And the other ones are kind of for guitar players. It has all of the music plus guitar tabs and videos showing you how to play the song. And it's not as hard as it looks, trust me. It's not as hard as it looks. Not as hard as it looks, all right? It's harder. So you can check that out and be happy to sign CDs for you after the show with the celebrity name of your choice. Got the Frank Sinatra one down. So a couple of years back, I put out a duet album, as I was saying, with one of my mentors, Don Ross. And there's a label in Milwaukee that specializes, kind of the premier acoustic guitar label in the world. And so I grew up kind of listening to all the artists on that label. And so it's kind of a dream come true for me to be included on that. And so the first album we put on there was the duet album, 1234. I think I have like 5 copies left, maybe out there. And then I did a follow-up album shortly after that of all Frank Sinatra tunes. No, I'm kidding. I'm in a New York state of mind. No, actually. I did a album called The Phoenix Rising, which is my first kind of original album of sorts. And so I put that out there. And after I recorded it, the guy who runs the label said, hey, why don't we make some videos? Put them out on old YouTube. And so we did that, shot a bunch of videos, and I guess that was about 3 years ago now. And to my surprise, if you look at it now, it's got just about over 3 million views from my mom clicking on it every day. So this one's called The Phoenix Rising. Hope you guys dig it.
See you after the break.
Thanks for supporting live music. Thanks for supporting 20 Front Street. Calum Graham.
very much.
Thank you for staying for the second half. That's always a good sign. That was a song of mine called Tabla Rasa from my most recent album. And first vocal album, which I mixed up some instrumental music and some vocals. And there was a guy that wrote an album review that wasn't too happy about that. He said he really liked the album, but the only criticism that he had was that he thought the instrumental music and the vocals should be on 2 separate discs. Yeah, how about that? And he said it's kind of like if you have you're sitting down to eat dinner, and you have a plate of sushi, and on your other side you have a plate of nachos. He said they don't really go well together. And so this is what he said for an album review. That's ridiculous. And I don't know about you guys out here in Michigan, but where I come from, sushi and nachos is a delicacy. Awesome. So I'm gonna mix it up a little bit tonight with some vocals and some sushi and nachos for you guys. And I've been living in Toronto the last 5 years, just before I moved out to Montreal. And I think just living so close to Detroit, I caught the Motown bug. And I've been working on some music with that for my next album. So here's a song that's gonna be on my next project. Alright, so you guys thought this was going to be an instrumental guitar night of acoustic guitar, but you're wrong. I actually brought my band from Canada, and I'm going to introduce them to you now. Here is my bass player. Oh, pretty funky bass player, huh? It's alright. Need some drums. You've got a full band right there. We don't need a band over here. The song's called My Love Is Real. Hope you dig it. Something else. I thought that I would be better without you, baby, but it's been hell. I'm sorry, baby, for all those things I said to you. I must have been out of my mind. I'll do whatever it takes to and make things right. Wanna make you feel love, wanna make you feel better, make you feel heaven whenever we're together. Tell me what's on your mind, wanna know how you feel. Give me the time to show you that my love is real. To be the reason why the tears ever fall from your eyes. I'll show you, baby, that I can change my ways if you'll let me try. Oh yeah, wanna make you feel love, wanna make you feel better, make you feel heaven whenever we're together. Tell me what's on your mind, wanna know how you feel. Give me the time to show you that my love is real. Alright, put your hands together, come on, baby. You've got nothing to lose, all of my love to gain. Come on, baby, gotta shake those blues now. Let me show you the way, yeah, yeah. Show you the way, yeah. Wanna make you feel love, wanna make you feel better, make you feel heaven whenever we're together. Tell me what's on your mind, wanna know how you feel. Give me the time to
show you that my love is real. Thank you so much. That was a lot of fun. What do you guys think? Should I put on my next album? Yeah? No? All right. More where that came from. All right. Well, I just recently got back from Hawaii, where I was laid with the flowers, of course. Let's get that straight. And I was out there to check out some shows of my friend Annie McKee, who was playing out there. I'm a huge fan. And pretty cool. We're now friends. And when I was out there on the last day, we were in Maui and the sun was going down. It was just perfect. It looked beautiful. And so I grabbed my guitar, put it out of the case, and we shot a little video there, so you can check it on my website or YouTube. And this song is I wrote around a time when my ex-girlfriend's aunt passed away and my grandparents kind of passed away around the same time. And just to kind of deal with that grief. Music really is amazing that way. And so I'm going to play this for you now. This song goes out to all the beautiful people we've lost. It's called Farewell.
want to hear a new one? All right, I guess they're all new to you anyways. It doesn't matter. I was playing a wedding last fall, and just played one song for this couple that got married. And there was a guy that came up to me afterwards and said he really liked the song and asked if I'd ever been commissioned to write a song before. And I told him no. And he asked me if I'd be interested, and I said, sure, what's it about? What's involved? And so he told me, that his family, I guess he was the cousin of the family, and I guess they had the parents had their son. He was about 13 years old, and he was in his first motorcycle race ever, kind of a dirt bike course, and unfortunately he went off the track his first race and was killed. And terrible tragedy. And as a parent, that's something you never forget. Your own child, losing at 13. It's wow. So asked me to write a song for it. It's like, oh man. Wow. What an undertaking, holy man. But I accepted it, and I just finished it recently, so I don't have a name for it yet, and it's totally brand new. So if you guys think of one, definitely let me know a title, but I'm going to play it for you now.
Miss you more and more with every day that passes by. Though you're out of sight, you are always on my mind. Time would stand still when it was only you and I. Though you left much too soon, our memories will never die. And though I feel so lost without you, I know in time I'll find my way. I dream of the day I'll see you again under crimson skies one sunny day. But for now, sleep well with the angels. shared when we were together, what I wouldn't give to see you again. And I will always remember the times we shared when we were together. How I wish those days would never end. The end sounded like my guitar was underwater or something. It was funny, we had a show today at 3 o'clock, and for some reason it sounded like this guitar was actually underwater. It was like, where's the bubbles? What's going on here? But we got it all figured out, so we're good. Right. So we have any MJ fans in the house? All right. Who is not an MJ fan? That's what I want to know. So when I first got this crazy instrument, I was trying to figure it out, and I'm still trying to figure it out. But I was playing around with it, and there was a Michael Jackson song came on the radio. And I thought, I wonder if I can play all the parts of this song on one guitar. Do the moonwalk at the same time. All right, here we go. See if you guys recognize this one. Well, she was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene. Said, don't mind, but what do you mean? I am the one who will dance in the round. She said, I am the one who will dance in the round. She told me her name was Billie Jean. She caused the scene. Then every head turned with eyes that dreamed of being the one who will dance in the round. People always told me, be careful what you do. Don't go around breaking young girls' heart. Mother always told me, be careful who you love. Be careful what you do, 'cause a lie becomes the truth. Hey, Billie Jean is not my lover. No, she's just the girl who claims that I am the one. But that kid is not my son. She said I'm the one. That kid's not my son. 40 days and For the nights love was on her side, but who can stand when she's in demand? Her schemes and plans are 'cause we dance in the round all night long. She told my baby we danced till 3. She looked at me, showed a photo of a baby crying. His eyes looked like mine. 'Cause we dance in the round. So take my strong advice and always think twice. People always told me to be careful what you do. Don't go around breaking young girls' heart. Came out stood right by me and then the smell of sweet perfume. This happened much too soon. She called me to her room. Hey, Billie Jean is not my love. And no, she's just a girl who claims that I'm the one. But that kid's not my son, no, no, no. She said I'm the one. That kid is not my son. Oh, no, no, no. Yeah, it's been such a pleasure to play for you guys tonight. Such a warm crowd. Thank you. Well, music has got me through some pretty rough times, and I'm sure I'm not alone in saying that. A couple years ago, I had a friend very close to me, and her father was suddenly struck by a stroke, I guess, if you say he's struck by, but he suffered from a stroke. And so we flew down to Miami. This is on Boxing Day, and flew down to see him, and we were in the waiting room. The doctors and nurses told him that he'd never be able to walk or talk again. And it was crazy just to see, you know, his life kind of just go like that. And it really made me appreciate, you know, so much that we take for granted. And so I was there with his family in the waiting room, and really didn't know what to say. It was just kind of a really hopeless, kind of sad time. And so I thought if I couldn't say anything intelligent for the time being, I'd pick up my guitar and let that do the talking. So this one tells a story with no words. And I wrote this in the waiting room for him. And despite what the doctors and nurses said, he's actually walking again with a walker and is getting some of his speech back. So pretty incredible to see. Yeah.
all because I wrote a song for him. You know, it's no, just kidding. But yeah, this one is on I put on 2 of my latest albums. And I would like to thank Angela and Alan, just the most beautiful people, for bringing us out tonight. And yeah. It's such a great venue you guys have here, man. I love this place so much. And and so yeah, I want to take this moment to appreciate those 2, and also JB and his wife Lisa, 2 beautiful people. Yeah. Actually, the 2 other guitars that I'm playing tonight, this one here and the big ukulele, is harp guitar is both JB's. And so they're really nice of them to let me use that. So yeah. So this one goes out to you guys, Lisa, JB, and Angela, Alan. This one's called Waiting. thank you so much for coming out tonight and supporting live music. And yeah, thank you again to Angela and Alan. Let's give them another round of applause. And let's give a big round of applause to Jim at the back for doing sound. And to my friends JB and Ron, let's give them a round of applause. I don't know about you guys tonight, but the sound is incredible. Holy man. I'm so glad we're recording this. You definitely are going to see some videos coming up here soon. So for my last song, I'd like to play a song that is inspired by the guy that kind of inspired me to start writing music, actually. A man named Michael Hedges. And yeah, he had an album called The Aerial Boundaries that changed my life. And it made me think as a guitarist not to just kind of noodle away and try and play really fast and show off and try and impress, but rather to try and express something and to tell a story from here to you guys. So learn that from Michael. So definitely check out his music if you're not familiar with that. And so yeah, unfortunately he died in a car accident in his early 40s, and I never got the chance to see him play or meet him. But I felt like I kind of knew him through the music that he put out and listening to his albums and all that. So I'm gonna leave all of you with this song tonight. So thank you once again for coming out, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'll be out and doing autographs and Frank Sinatra, Britney Spears signatures and all that. And remember, Christmas is coming. Get your CDs and gifts in advance. All right, thank you all once again. It's been such an amazing night, and first time here, but it definitely won't be the last. I really hope to come back. This is The Nomad. guys so much. I love you. See you next time. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Just so happens I know one more song. So some of you may be wondering what I did before I picked up the guitar, and I'm about to tell you. I think when I was around 13 or 14, I was really into BMX biking and skateboarding, longboarding, all that punk stuff. I was a little punk. And so I got my first job, a really high-profile job, at a place called McDonald's. No, in the drive-through window. Yeah. Oh man, it's brutal. I would just mess with people, come up and I'd say, "Hey, welcome to Dairy Queen." It's the right place. So I had some fun with that. But yeah, so the only reason why I worked there was so I could save up for my very first BMX bike. It's $1,200, and that's a lot of money for a 13-year-old kid. And it's still a lot of money now. And so I worked there. I mean, I should say I slaved away there for about 5 or 6 months. And the happiest day of my life until then is when I put in my 2 weeks notice and said, I'm getting out of here. And I took my paycheck and went up to Calgary and went in and bought the bike with cash. Oh, yeah. And so right afterwards, I was there with my dad, and he said, hey, why don't we take it out and go camping, find some nice bike trails, in British Columbia, which is only a few hours away. So I said, sure, yeah, let's do it. So we packed up the motorhome, and we put the bikes on the back, and we were off. So a couple hours later, we made it to the campsite. So we unloaded everything, put out the awning, started the campfire, and then I went around to get the bikes at the back, and the bike was gone. It was gone. I was devastated. I cried real tears for like 20 minutes. And yeah, it was terrible. So basically, I worked at McDonald's just for that story. that was it. I never got to ride the bike. Yeah, I guess it was on those like where you have the clamp and the frame goes in the middle. I guess when we were coming into the park, we hit a speed bump or something, and it pushed the frame out. And so some kid got a brand new bike. So his lucky day and my worst nightmare happened. So yeah, so after that I said, all right, I'm going to pick up the guitar. And don't have to put that on the back of a motorhome, And yeah, that was the last real job I ever had. All right, so I'm going to play you guys a song totally unrelated to that last story. Wrote this out on the east coast of Canada, and actually I had kind of a dream about my grandfather and his life from when he was born up until the day that he passed. And so it started as, him as a child just growing up, and then as a teenager through the war, and meeting, my grandma, his wife, and all the way up until, his deathbed and his last heartbeat. And then I woke up, and it was pretty profound, and so I wanted to capture that in music. So this one also tells a story with no words, and I hope you enjoy. And thank you all again for coming. Hope to see you next time. This is The Channel.
Thank you guys so much. From the bottom of my heart, it's been a real pleasure. Thank you so much. See you next time. Love you.